Welcome back to episode 5. At the end of last episode, I was hard stuck, but I've been flipping through my notes, I've been rewatching footage, and I think there's a couple places we can pick up the trail. Primarily, the mansion. There are 2 puzzles that we never finished, and I think we need to go back there. Also, I've been operating under the assumption that this is the time capsule, right? It only occurred to me when I was rewatching the footage. This log is like carefully hollowed out. Did 2 little girls hollow out this log with this level of precision? Plus, if we look at this map, the time capsule is placed in the cemetery. This one, birdhouse, there's an X here. I think Scott knew about it, and Scott had obvious woodworking skills. We could see that through text. And the fact that he had a big secret room in his cabin. I think Scott put this here. Or maybe Matthew, because Matthew and Scott are the only 2 that have verified woodworking skills. Either that, or I'm reading into it way too much, and it is the little girl's time capsule. So what we're gonna do now is run all the way back up to the mansion. We're gonna go to the study room, and we're gonna try to figure out those 2 puzzles. Gotta say hi to the glitch as we run by. Hello. Keep going. So this game is 9 years old at this point, and it was made by a non-AAA developer. I completely understand why there's like little bugs and stuff like that, and there's typos in a lot of the texts, but that's okay. This game is incredible. It makes you feel accomplished as you're crawling through it, figuring things out. It's just really well designed, and I like it a lot. Okay, so these are the 2 mysteries I was talking about. One is to open the desk here. Study room desk hint. Chess pieces. So we have this code right here. Oh, I didn't see that before. KQB. Hey, okay. So the order matters. So I'm just gonna assume the bishop is the rook. I'm just gonna assume they made a mistake, okay? The king is representative of 4. The knight is representative of 5. So how do we know which one's a king and which one's a knight? I guess we're gonna have to try 2 codes, right? So let's assume the king is first, and let's put 4 as our first digit, and then followed by queen, which is 1. So far we have 2 codes, 4-1 or 5-1. We're gonna assume that bishop is the rook, which is a 7. I still don't feel good about that. And then we're gonna put, what is the last one? A K again. So it's either 4175 or 5174. Doesn't work. Let's try the second. Doesn't work. We have the rook, we have the knight, the queen, the pawn, the king. We don't have a bishop. So what I'm gonna do is assume that 5 is in the first slot, 4 is in the last slot. I'm gonna brute force that 7 until it's correct. Once we get all the way cycled through back to 6, we know it's not correct, and then we can switch to assuming 4 is the first digit and 5 is the last. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, you'll see. Let's assume this is an 8. Doesn't work. Let's assume it's a 9. That is incredible. Okay, what have we got in here? Becker's Investigation Services, July 17th, 1995, to Charles Roberts. We found out that Andrew and Henry are both related to the disappearance of Sophia Miller and the death of Magdalene Roberts. So I thought that Henry, the doctor, provided Vivian, the wife, with the poison to kill Magdalene, but I didn't know Andrew was involved. Some evidence was brought to light regarding Magdalene Roberts' death. Okay, so this is Charles's mother. According to her, she came across a note while cleaning Dr. Johnson's office. In it, Dr. Johnson stated that the prescription was lethal and had to be administered only to Magdalene. Okay, so Charles Roberts hired Jason Becker to investigate the deaths of Andrew Reed and Henry Johnson. Is this after his wife passed away? Or before? 3 days after Charles found this out, Vivian Roberts died. Charles now knows that Vivian helped kill his mother. So this is the same investigation service. So he's basically like, yo, everybody died. We can't figure it out. Bye. That's a cool letter. Thanks for that, old Jason. November 18th, 95. Months ago, right before Vivian was killed, I confronted her about Mom's death. She said she didn't know anything about it. She only administered the medicine as provided by Dr. Johnson. We know that's a lie based on what we found in the clock. She was lying. Yep. I could see it in her eyes. She was scared and she was hiding her fear. I know that Vivian was never completely truthful to me, but I still have no proof yet. She never liked Mom. I wouldn't have thought her capable of killing her own mother-in-law. I know that she had something to do with what happened to Mom and Sophia. What can I do? She was my wife after all. And now, did he do something? December 27th, 95. Vivian's dead. So is Scott. Now Trisha's dead too. Is this my punishment for the affair I had 20 years ago? Yikes. I never thought about it from Charles's perspective. He lost his wife, his son, and his daughter. Ah, and this puzzle. Okay, so the 10th book we found in his drawer, right? And there's this clue. 4 right, 6 left, 3 right. I initially thought this was a combination lock, but there's no combination lock anywhere in this room or anywhere in the house. But what I did before was I counted 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and then back to the left. I don't think that's correct. We have to reinterpret that information in a different way. 4 right of what though? I assumed that this is the origin point, right? Because it's written on this book. 4 to the right of this book, and then 6 to the left of this book. Let's try that. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right of that book. 6 to the left of this book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then 3 to the right of this book. 1, 2, 3. Nothing happens. How else could we interpret this? 4 to the right, or from the right. Maybe not to the right, but from the right. Like the edges. Okay. 4 right, 6 left, 3 right. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 from the left. 1, 2, 3 from the right. No way, no way. That's so cool. There's a freaking hidden door. This is progress. This feels like progress. Is there anything written here? Okay, I just want to be thorough. I don't want to miss anything, man. Magdalene Roberts, mother of Charles, dies at age 68. There she is. So Bernard finds her, calls the cops. Dr. Johnson said she probably died of a heart attack sometime in the middle of the night. All newspaper articles found. No way. Wait, what? You can't see it, but when I get Steam achievements, it tells me things. That was the last newspaper article in the game, which means that we now have all of the information we need as far as the newspapers are concerned. We're getting close to the end, I think. Sophia, yo, okay, I already figured this was Sophia. So she, I think, is the ghost we saw on the other side of that fence. June 16th, 75. Dear Charles, I received a letter from Dorothy yesterday. She told me everything. So this is from Charles's mother. What have you done, my son? Does Vivian know? Have you even considered the consequences of your actions? And what of this Sophia? What will you do with her? You made a mistake and you'll need to take responsibility for what you've done. You understand? You can't take her as your wife. You already have one. The scandal cannot be publicly known. It will destroy your political career. However, the child is important. He's your flesh and blood and might be the son you need to properly continue the family. Vivian hasn't spoken much since she was discharged from the hospital. Dr. Johnson said she has fully healed, but it'll take some time for her to adjust back to her old rhythm. I feel their relationship is deteriorating or has suffered permanently in some way. Okay. Another one of Charles's notebooks here. June 11th, 74. Our baby daughter is born today. We named her Trisha. Vivian had to go through a C-section, cesarean section. Glad that both mother and child are safe, and that I thank God for that. I feel so happy to have a baby in the family. There's no words to express the joy I'm feeling inside. At the same time, I'm worried of what mother might say once she knows the baby's a girl. August 16th, 74. Vivian's being hospitalized for the 2nd time in a year. The first time was for the C-section. This time for mental instability. Dr. Johnson told me not to visit her until she has stabilized and ready to receive me. What can I do? Mom wants a boy, but if it's not safe for Vivian to be pregnant anymore. Sometimes I feel lost, not knowing what to do. Mostly, I just feel lonely. So, Vivian being hospitalized for mental instability, was she having postpartum depression? And in the 70s, it was diagnosed this way? I never thought this would happen. Whenever Sophia's babysitting Trisha, she would listen to everything I have to say. I could express myself candidly. Never once did she question the decisions I made. It made me feel like she understands me. I found comfort in her. But spiritually and physically, I just never thought I would have a relationship with her. What should I do now? This is when the affair started, November 16th, 1974. I have a name for our child. He will be called Vincent Roberts. I'll add him to my will. Charles Roberts' story, that was the last of his journals. So what did we learn from these? Charles may have a motive for killing Vivian. So we're still looking for the smoking gun. We're still looking for clues. So another thing I noticed, I need to go try the glove box in the car. This key belongs to a Maverick model. There's one car in this game with Marverick written on it. And it's the PI's car. The fact that I still have this key makes me think it's used for the trunk, but I already checked the trunk. The only thing I haven't checked is the glove box, but I don't even know if the glove box opens, so we're gonna go check that. Okay, here we are. Marverick, right? Can't open the trunk. This key doesn't unlock the driver's side door either. And these back doors can't even be unlocked. So I think... Oh, I didn't see that before. There's a freaking bloody handprint right there, isn't there? This is what I'm saying. I need to retread my steps and look closer because I'm missing things. What is this? Lockbox 201. I assume this is for the end. And then his journal in here? Steve Moss. What do you write in here? My head hurts. My tire's flat and the phone's not working. Is someone trying to stop me from leaving Painscreek? Am I close to discovering something? I thought he was the one. I was wrong. He's not the killer. He's not. Let's go open his box and see what was in there. I assume that's alluding to Bernard because Bernard's the obvious killer, right? What if Bernard was framed? 201. Let's try it. Crack that sucker open. What on earth is this? What's the button for? Where is this? He's on to me, and I had to hide the key in one of the drains by the roadside. He will never find. He's on to me. This is essentially confirming our killer's a male. I hid the key in one of the drains by the roadside. Okay, let's note that down. We got to check drains for the key, and I might as well take a picture of that just so we have record. And lastly, we have a book in here by, once again, Steve Moss, the private investigator. I think Dorothy hired Steve Moss, and let me show you why. Dorothy Patterson, if we look at her handwriting, right? And then we look at this letter hiring the PI. Look at the handwriting. It's signed anonymous, but if you look at other people's handwriting, it's distinctly different, right? And that's when I started getting the idea. Maybe the handwriting does match and you can identify people that way. At least she's the closest match I could find. Okay, so Dorothy hired Stephen Moss. Okay, so this is May 19th, 97. Ever since I received the messages and the key, I've been following this anonymous person blindly. What a fool I've been. I need to revisit my investigation notes and see if I might have missed anything important. May 21st, 97. I looked through the alibis recorded by Sheriff Howard. There were 6 interviews. Charles, Matthew, Bernard, Dorothy, Mary, and Derek. Then I noticed it. One of them is lying. It was recorded that there was an event, yet I remember reading somewhere about it being canceled. Where did I read it again? I can't seem to remember. Matthew's the killer. That's my prediction, because the PI noticed that discrepancy too. In last episode, we caught Matthew in a lie. His alibi does not match up with a letter we found in the Photoshop. Let's keep going. May 23rd, 97. OMG, I just realized that the E in all of the killer's messages is slightly off in comparison to all the other letters. If I can find that typewriter, I can find who killed Vivian. That was Steve Moss's last journal entry. Okay, we need to go over some documents here. We don't know whether or not Matthew is left or right-handed. We only know that Bernard is left-handed. I think Bernard was set up, man. It makes sense, right? The fact that the cabinet to the axe was broken. If Bernard got that axe, he would have unlocked it and opened it himself. He wouldn't have smashed it. I think Matthew broke in, smashed the glass, stole the axe. I'm just looking through these documents for any typewriter messages with wonky E's. Matthew doesn't have any motive though. We have to uncover his motive. We need to go check out the church, thoroughly check out the church. Based on Steve Moss's observations, we need to turn our attention to Matthew the priest. And just to verify I didn't miss anything else, I want to thoroughly look through this car, make sure there's nothing I could have possibly missed, because I do not want to revisit this car anymore. I don't know whose handprint that would be. Anyway, we need to check out that church. Okay, let's start in the yard. I want to comb carefully, thoroughly through this yard. What is that? Is this the address? No, it's 46. What is this? Let me write that down. 1203 code found on church. Maybe this unlocks something inside the church. Good, good, good. Is there anything else like that out here? Is there anywhere I can use my shovel around here? I can't use my shovel or the wrench. Dude, I'm so suspicious of Father Matthew right now. Like, why is there a code written on the side of his building? What's that all about? Nothing here. Where does this door go, by the way? Do we actually know where this door goes? This is where we found the other key, right? I think that's the only one. Any codes written anywhere? Is there any place to dig back here? Don't trust that Matthew sucker. Nothing on the benches. Man, I'm not seeing anything out here. I don't think there's anything else to be found. I still can't dig anywhere out here. I keep thinking like these big patches of dirt would allow you to dig or something, but it's never been the case. Any codes written anywhere else? I'm gonna be checking for codes on every freaking wall now. I only found one, but that's all I need, man. But what does that code go to? It's 4 digits. There must be something in here that needs a 4-digit code, right? I want to be thorough in here now. I've already gone over all of these. I don't think there's any more information to glean from them. Anything written down here, maybe? I don't see anything. What is that on this vase? Just a design. I don't think that's important. I want to make sure all of these pews are empty. There's nothing on any of these seats. This is the newspaper for Andrew's death. We've already read that. And nothing on the front pew. Okay. Is there anything underneath? I don't see anything underneath either. I'm sorry, I'm just so far into this game that we have to be this thorough because I think we're missing key things somewhere. We got the flashlight, the Bible. I'm not checking that bathroom. There's nothing in there. There never has been. So this is the storage room. Let's check this actually. Yeah, I think this place is cleaned out, to be honest with you. We've already looked through that note. This is the blanket. Okay. Dorothy's journal that we found in her room in the mansion. She mentioned Scott took one of the pictures and ran away, right? Like he saw something he recognized. And this picture right here is what he took. He was able to see that blanket, which he had seen from this package already. That's why he grabbed it and took off. I'm pretty convinced this place got cleaned out. Scott's room. Did we miss anything in Scott's room? I'm checking behind doors because in Andrew's apartment there was writing on the wall behind the door. I just want to make sure we're not missing anything like that, like a note or something pinned back there. We're looking for a typewriter as well, the one with the wonky E. I think if we find... Hold on, let's go search Father Matthew's crap. If we can find that typewriter with the wonky E, we can nail him dead to rights. Also, is there anything wonky about the space? Is there a hidden room somewhere? I want to just check how big this room is compared to this one. I think it's accurate spatially. It seems like it with the thickness of this bookshelf included in the wall. I think that is about that thick. And then, oh yeah, you have to account for this bookshelf thickness. Okay, there's no hidden room there. What about this bookcase here? Push this. Is there anything on the side? What is that? Painting or something? Okay, we're looking for a typewriter. It's locked. Okay, let's try that code. 1203. 1203. Still locked. Okay, the fact that we haven't opened this drawer indicates to me that this is supposed to be late game when you learn that Father Matthew is the killer, right? How the crap do we get into this drawer? Where did I see a typewriter? There's a typewriter right here. In the bottom of this frame, there's a freaking typewriter. We need to go check and see if that one has a wonky E. There's nothing new to learn in here, I don't think. Unless I'm missing a code written on a wall somewhere, which is highly plausible. Oh, the switch. Yeah, there we go. I was just about to say we need to look for switches on these, and it was the first freaking one. I need a key. Dude, something's happening here. I assume this is a fake door. Secret doorway. What's on the opposite side of this? Oh, just a wall. Okay, tool used to tighten and loosen nuts, bolts, screws, and pipes. Be used on drain covers. Check roadside drains for a key. I bet you it's this one. Hold on, hold on. We use this wrench to get the key to unlock the secret room in Father Matthew's place, right? That seems logical. Let's follow that thread. So we've got a 4-digit code we need to find. It's not 1203. I don't know what that's for. We need to check roadside drains for a key. I guess we're just gonna walk up and down the streets until we find a drain. I don't even know what a drain would look like. Let's check the main roads first, and if we have no luck, we can check side roads. Is there drains over here? No. We still can't get across the road here, and I wonder if we're ever supposed to. There's no prompt to unlock anywhere, which makes me think that this isn't a gate you can ever get through. We've checked all of this here. Let's go up Black Pine Road. If we don't see anything, let's check Town Center Drive all the way around this loop. Are we talking storm drain? Are we talking manhole cover? It's got to be somewhere like kind of intentionally obscured, so you can only find it when you're looking for it. At least that's how I would design it. He's onto me, and I had to hide the key in one of the drains by the roadside. Key in one of the drains by the roadside. Oh, dude, that's totally it, right? I need something to pull these bolts. Use that. What have we got in here? Nothing? Oh, is this the wrong drain pipe? I want to be sure. I don't see a key in here. I don't think you guys do either, but that's what we're looking for. That's very important to know. What is that? A screw? Oh, there's 4 of them. They're bolts. So we're looking for those tiny little grates along the road here. Here we go. Let's try that. Nada. Okay, I like this though. We actually have purpose. We actually have a mission that we can stick to here. I'm gonna continue checking. Here we go. Nothing. Okay, well, we know what we're looking for, which is very good at least. I missed this one. See, I walked right past it. So we definitely we definitely need to retrace our steps if we ever get stuck. Follow this all the way up and then back down and see if we've got any grates. Not believe there are any out this far. Say no. Yeah, I don't think there's any up here. Let's head back down. Nothing there. Should have an empty one here, right? Oh, you can... They didn't quite model that pipe to be long enough. There's also a crack here. Do you guys see that on the edge of the road? You can see out of the map. Anyway, back to the task. Check where we've already walked one more time. Now that we know exactly what we're looking for. Yep, here's one. Perfect. And it looks like we haven't got a thing. Are there any out this far? I doubt it. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's find that freaking key, brother. I smell it. It's here somewhere. We're getting closer. Nothing around here. Nope. Nothing next to his car. No siree. Let's take a loop. Here's one. Man, how many more of these could there possibly be? Is it going to be in the very last one we check? That one is so obscured. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, the fact that this was almost completely covered by leaves makes me think I need to be even slower and more methodical when I'm checking for these stupid things. Oh gosh. Can't just run by. There might be grates hidden under leaves. I think it would be safe to assume that it's not going to be in the hospital, right? The fact that he said along the roadside makes me think it's going to be one of these. So Stephen Moss is, I think, another victim. The fact that we found his stuff in the morgue and that the rent wasn't paid in the end, and he never checked out. Those are pretty clear indicators something happened to our boy. But why was nobody sent here to investigate his disappearance, you know? What is that? Stick? I'm so deep into this investigation, I'm looking at sticks like they're potential clues. These are all empty. All of them. And I can't find another one. I've got to be going schizo right now. Let's be more thorough with the leaves on this side. Kind of sprinted through this section. There be any grates over here? Highly doubt it. Let's look at the freaking map and see what we've done here. Have I gone up Walnut Ave at all? I think so. Maple Drive? I don't think I've checked Maple Drive yet. I think we definitely need to look. But there's no... I don't think there would be grates up here, right? Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. There's no grates up here. Okay. Man, throw me a bone! Throw me a bone, sucker! Come on, I've been looking for 30 minutes straight for one key in a sewer grate. Oh my gosh. I need some ketamine right now to soothe my soul. Goodness me, brother. Am I sure I haven't picked up the key already? No, I haven't. Deep breath, and keep searching. The only way we're gonna succeed. Calm down and keep looking. Yeah, if I was a developer, I wouldn't put grates out on the side streets. It just creates way too much area to have to check. Maybe they don't necessarily have to be on the edges of the sidewalk. Maybe we can find some in some unorthodox places like the middle of the street or something. Nothing on these cold edges. Nothing at all. I'm hitting that brick wall feeling again right now, where I've been searching for so long and it's just not materializing for me. And I still have no idea what the shovel's for. I had to hide the key in one of the drains by the roadside. That's the only information we get. I had to hide the key in one of the drains by the roadside. Let's try to determine where it's not. It could be down Pebble Lane. I doubt it. It could be down this little lane. I doubt it. It's not on Black Pine Road. I've thoroughly checked Town Center Drive. I don't think it's there. We need to look at Walnut Ave closer. Clover Street, it is not. And Silver Lake Boulevard, it is not. Walnut Ave is the only one I'm not sure about. Yeah, this little street right here is Walnut Ave. There's only one grate here, and it's already been uncovered. Unless there's another one on the other side that we missed. Nope, okay. Walnut Ave is clear. Let's check the rest of Town Center Drive. No key in sight. Maybe I'm missing? Would the key be in the pipe a little bit, perhaps? We have to check the edges of the pipe really thoroughly. You know, sometimes when you play open world video games, you run into this point, and it feels like you've been over everything 1,000 times, and then something pops up in front of you, just like that. This has got to be it, and it sure is. Okay, key with a 19th century design. We know exactly where we're going with this freaking key, don't we? Straight to the choich. We're gonna go straight for that scones in sleazy Father Matthew's room. Boom, use it. That definitely works, right? Yeah, but of course it works. All right, Father Freako. Let's see what he's got going on up here. Oh goodness, I was thinking, like, what if there is a room back here? When I was looking up at it earlier. This is creepy. Dude, it's the wonky typewriter. Someone came to Painscreek she cannot know. Oh my gosh, he knows we're here. No. We are playing as this lady. Janet Kelly, sucker. This is us. He's talking about us. I'm scared out of my wits now, dude. Matthew's gonna come for us. No doubt. Why the crap would he write it on this typewriter? Take a picture of this, son. That is incriminating evidence. And there's the freaking murder weapon. There's dried blood stains on it. Yep. Matthew's been a naughty, naughty boy. Okay. I was convinced at one point it was Bernard the Butler.
June 6th, 1995. I met Andrew in the evening at his house. He was hallucinating when we met. saying that he's seen Sophia everywhere, that he's a sinner, and that he should die. But I didn't mean to kill him. My hands are still shaking. June 30th, 1995. Dr. Johnson came. He was surprised to see me. He tried to justify, saying it wasn't his fault, that he was only carrying the baby and had nothing to do with Sophia's death. When I revealed the truth about Magdalene, his face turned white. He didn't expect anyone to know the truth. He deserved to die. July 19, 1995. Just like the doctor, Vivian came alone. Instead of feeling guilty, she called Sophia a bitch who destroyed everything she had. I didn't feel any sign of remorse, feeling of guilt, or repentance from her at all. So I gave her time to express herself, and then I killed her. It's all over now. Why am I not at peace? There's this nosy investigator in town. I thought that if I led him to believe that Bernard killed Vivian, he just might believe it. But I made the mistake of trying to mislead him. Now he's suspecting me of being the killer. He has to die.
You cannot save from now on. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude? Okay, we'll read those later. We gotta get the freak out of here, dude. Now. Holy moly, he's there. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my gosh, was that Sophia? Sophia, help me, girl. Help me. He's trying to get me too. He's trying to get me, Sophia. Go, go, go. Oh, he locked the doors. Son of a gun. Wait, was Sophia trying to tell me where the exit is? Yes, she is. She's pointing. Thanks, girl. Yes. I don't like this is freaky, dog. We're getting chased. Sophia, help me. Where are we going, girl? Oh my gosh, dude. He's chasing us hard. Okay, I think I know where we are in the tunnels. Good thing we explored this place. Dude, he's catching up. Oh my gosh, he's catching up. Oh no! Go, go, go! My heart rate is going. Scary. Take a right. No, she says this way. Okay. Thank you, Sophia. Dude, come on. Come on. Run faster. Run faster, woman. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy, holy. Oh, he's getting closer. Come on. I hate this. I hate this. I'm so tense. Sophia, thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dude, I feel like somebody's behind me in real life. Oh, wrong turn. Wrong turn. He's getting close. He's getting close. Close it. Dude, he's right on me. Okay, he's back there. He's back there. He freaking hacked me, brother. He hacked me up. My hands are sweating. This was just an investigation, and now I'm running for my life. Holy mother. Let's get out of this hospital, brother. Oh my gosh, no. No, 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 no. Where am I going? Where am I going? Sophia, help me. Girlfriend, where am I going? Let me see the ghost lady. Let me see her. There she is. Where are we going? Up? We're going up. Matthew's freaking right on me. Oh my gosh, dude. Where are we going? This is a freaking dead end, isn't it? We're gonna have to play Ring Around the Rosies with Matty boy. Dude, please, please, brother. Please, 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 please. Okay, okay, okay. We're going. Holy, holy, my toes are sweaty. My toes are sweaty. Holy, my toes are sweaty. Okay, we need to try this again. I don't know where we're going. Are we going to the roof? We must be, right? Are we gonna push him off? Let's try pushing him off. Okay, okay, okay. Can I jump off of this here? Am I dead? Someone could fall and die. Do I push Matty Boy off of here? Is he coming? He sure is. Okay. Yo. To Janet, I'm glad you made it back safely and uncovered the truth about the Painscreek Killings. Good job. Your story will be on the front page of tomorrow's paper. Please submit the following information as well as a photo of your article as soon as possible. Richard Harris, Editor-in-Chief. Holy crap. By the way, we found out who hired P.I. Stephen Moss. Who killed Vivian Roberts? Definitely Matthew Brooks. Matthew killed Andrew, Henry, and Vivian. What was the murder weapon? Definitely the axe. Based on the coroner's report and the fact that we found a bloody axe. Select a photo for your newspaper article. Or maybe we should use this one. This one's catchier. Yeah, this is a good one to use. Article photo, submit. Holy crap, what a game. What an experience, man. I don't know what that shovel's for to this day. To Dorothy Patterson, my name's Janet Kelly. I'm here to inform you on behalf of P.I. Steve Moss that the secrets of the Painscreek Killings have come to light. He is, however, missing. The police are searching for his whereabouts. While preparing for this letter, I cannot help but wonder, what if Charles didn't commit adultery? What if Vivian had not confronted Sophia? What if Magdalene hadn't insisted on the son to continue the family line? Could things have turned out differently? In hindsight, it's easy to say they should not have done. Sometimes it's hard to make the right choices in life, isn't it? Did Derek really hate Scott so much that it led to his death? Could Matthew not have sought revenge for Sophia? And why did Henry Johnson choose to be an accomplice in Magdalene's death? The truth was that everyone made a choice they thought was best, but not the right one. This made me realize the following. We have the freedom to say or do whatever we want, but there are consequences following our actions. The bigger the mistake, the harsher the consequence. And it was true that Charles and Sophia's affair was wrong, but Vivian had a choice, either to confront Charles about it or take it out on Sophia. She chose the latter, just as Vivian made her choice. So did Andrew, Henry, and Matthew. In the end, they all had to face the consequences. One thing that puzzled me, if Steve and I were both trying to find out the truth, why was I saved but not him? I hope I can find the answer someday. Till then, the story of the Painscreek Killing. August 12th, 99. Holy moly, brother. Police are now searching for the missing private investigator, Stephen Moss. Was that what the shovel's for? To find Stephen's body? Holy crap. That was an incredible game. Seriously. Rough around the edges. That final cutscene was a little rough when Matthew croaked. But that was the scariest chase I've ever experienced in my life. I genuinely felt like I was running for my life. That was so freaky. My hands are still sweating. Thank you for playing. Thank you. The studio that developed this, I don't know what studio it is. Thank you guys. This was incredible. Grade A, 92% complete. Truth revealed. Rank detective. So we missed 8%. And I think included in that 8% was the location of Steve Moss. Let's continue real quick. I want to check some things out. That box, I'm 100% sure now that was Matthew's box in the tree. I really want to find out what happened to Stephen Moss. And I'm really glad it lets you keep playing. We didn't get a Steam achievement or completing Matthew's story, which is why I'm sure this is Matthew's box. Every other character, when you read the last of their articles, it gives you the wrap up. So let's try this. The code on his place was 1203. No way that works. What is this crap? A wedding ring? Is he gonna propose to Sophia? Dear Sophia, it's been quite a while since I last wrote you. I've been busy. Hope you're doing well. Father Calvin's been guiding me on how to be a man of God, to grow my faith in the Lord and my compassion for people. When I see those who have no beds to sleep upon and no food to eat, my heart goes out to them. I wish I could do more. Father Calvin has been handing me more and more responsibilities. It seems like he might be retiring soon. He even gave me his favorite desk in the study room. I've changed the code to 0318. That's the code we didn't have before, 0318. The day you first came to the orphanage. Oh, March 18th. Oliver's still the event photographer. Charles and Vivian are running the business as usual. Trisha's 7 now. She's really smart and loves to hang out with her dad. Dorothy's the same old Dorothy that we all love. Bernard's still the reliable butler. I don't think he'll ever be replaced. As for me, well, I'm still here waiting for your return. Do you remember the church attic? Well, I spend most of my free time up there now doing wood carving. Helps me relax. Hey, I even got pretty good at it. Sometimes I'll think of you and how we spend our time together. I'm not sure if you ever realized how I felt towards you since you left. I keep writing these letters, but I never mail them, and to be honest, because I don't have a clue where you might be staying right now. At the same time, writing to you has made me feel that we're still close to one another. Today marks the 6th year that you left Painscreek, and I still don't know why you left. All I want to say is take care. This will be my last letter. One day I hope to see you again. Love always, Matthew, 1982. It all makes sense now. We were led to believe they were cousins initially, but it turns out they just happened to be at the same orphanage, and Matthew was trying to help out Sophia when he got her hired at the mansion. Okay, and then Matthew finds out later when Vivian confesses that she killed Sophia. He killed Andrew for being complicit, then he killed Henry for being complicit in Sophia's death. But that still leaves me with the question, hold on. Matthew Brooks killed Vivian Roberts for sure, Andrew Reed and Henry Johnson. We still don't know who killed Scott Brooks for sure. Trisha Roberts likely killed herself. Stephen Moss was killed by Matthew. The butler may have killed Scott Brooks because the knife under his floorboard, we didn't find anything tying that crime to Matthew, and Matthew doesn't have a reason to attack his stepson. Charles had beef with Scott at one point, and that kind of confirms that Bernard pulled off the hit on Scott. Wow. Dear Sophia, please wait for my return. Love, Matthew, 75. Every moment I spent with you is like a beautiful dream come true. Happy birthday. That is crazy. So that definitely was not the time capsule. I've not used this shovel once. Why do I need this shovel? We need to go back to the church and we need to see what is in his desk. Also, let's just recap what happened real quick. The fact that Sophia, it definitely ties into that poster we saw in the hospital. Are ghosts real? And then it goes on to talk about the fact that a lot of ghosts just have unfinished business or they need resolution. I think that's what this story is trying to tell us. That Sophia needed resolution. She needed the real killer to be caught. The person who killed half the town. So Vivian was the one who got killed by Matthew. This is interesting. Vivian kills Sophia and then Matthew kills Vivian. But Sophia helps us get away from Matthew. This code is 0318. Dear Diary, Matthew Brooks. Oh boy, May 13th, 95. I visited Scott today. I couldn't believe what he said. How could Sophia be dead? Oh, I missed this. Scott said he had a conversation with Matthew about this. This is what led to Vivian's death, I believe. How could Andrew, Henry, and Vivian have killed her? Did Dorothy know? How about Wanda or Charles? Did they know? Why didn't anyone tell me? May 28th, 95, I visited Sophia's grave today. It was just a wooden cross that Scott made. There was no name on it. I placed some flowers in front of it. She always had a liking for flowers. Okay, that closes that loop too. I assumed it was Scott at one point, but then I forgot about it. June 4th, 95. We had mass today. Vivian and Henry were there. Andrew, as usual, didn't come. All I can think of whenever I look at them is whether they actually killed Sophia or not. As they praised the Lord throughout the sermon, I felt sick to the stomach. I couldn't bear to see their faces. What should I do now? I know I should forgive them, but it's so difficult, dying inside. I wish I never visited Scott. I wish I never heard what he said. I wish I could just forget everything. Oh, this is interesting. This paints a different picture of Matthew. He got all twisted and warped up inside over time as he was obsessing over the fact that these 3 people he's known for all these years killed the woman he loved. This is a unique narrative and I like the way it's written. June 6, 1995, I need to talk to Andrew. I need him to confess. And so he pulls it out of Andrew and then he goes on a killing spree. Matthew Brooks' story, that was his last journal entry. Still don't know what happened to the investigator, man. I want to check upstairs one more time. I really do not want to run through again. That was a nightmare. I want to read this. Dear Matthew, it's been more than 2 years since I started work at the mansion. I like this place a lot. These people here are nice. Thank you for your letter. I can't be there with you for your missionary work. I'll pray for your success. You were always the noble one. Do you remember the wishes we made when we were at the orphanage? Yours was to help the unfortunate. Mine was to not be so poor. I did not expect the opportunity to knock so soon. Maybe heaven's helping me? All that's happened these past few months, my wish might just come true. I'd love to tell you more about it, but I can wait until you're back. Things might be different by then. I hope it'll be for the better. Love always, Sophia Miller. Oh, wait, okay. Dearest Matthew, I'm writing this letter to let you know what happened to Sophia. My days are almost up. I feel you have the right to know what happened 9 years ago. In 1974, when Vivian Roberts underwent a C-section to deliver Trisha, she was told she couldn't give birth anymore. Vivian broke down mentally and was hospitalized. Sophia was tasked with taking care of the newly born Trisha and helping Charles Roberts. Charles, who was facing a lot of difficulty and pressure, unfortunately found comfort in Sophia. They had an affair. A boy was born. A few months later, Vivian found out about the relationship. She was furious. Feeling threatened by the illegitimate boy, Vivian kicked Sophia and the baby out of Painscreek. Everyone believed that, but the truth is, I took the boy and put him in St. Patrick's orphanage. I named him Scott. Time flies, he's going to be 10 soon. Pray that you can bear the responsibility of raising him. He does not need to know about his real parents. It's all in the past. Instead, give him a new start. I sincerely hope that you can forgive me for hiding this from you for so long. Calvin Bennett, 11/1/84. So Father Calvin did not know that Vivian killed Sophia. This makes more sense. Matthew knew the whole time that Scott was Sophia's kid. Scott was the only piece of Sophia that Matthew had left. What a freaking narrative. You guys want to do the chase scene one more time? Hey, baby girl. I still get scared when I see her. Let's go. That's a crazy picture to use. That is our canonical ending. Okay, so I looked it up, and apparently the shovel is used for the time capsule. The time capsule is in the cemetery next to the unmarked grave, I guess, which is weird. I poked around there so much. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so here we go. Here's the lowdown on Steve Moss, the private investigator in the Painscreek killing. So Stephen Moss is left in an ambiguous situation after his investigation. It suggested that he may have been killed by the murderer as he disappears after uncovering crucial evidence. But the game leaves his fate open to interpretation. So essentially, there isn't a body to dig up. There's no concrete ending to what happened to Steve Moss. The Painscreek Killings truth revealed. The freaking picture kills me, dude. 94% complete, ranked detective. Okay, so that's 2% more uncovered because we opened the lockbox and we finished Matthew's journals, I believe. I wonder what's left. Vivian Roberts' story is not complete. Bernard Hopkins' story is not complete. All keys found, not complete. Derek Tyler's story is incomplete. So the time capsule apparently is supposed to be next to a rock by the unmarked grave. Over here somewhere? Are you kidding me, man? It's this little patch of dirt. Let's try it. There it is. Best friends forever. We found it. I had to look this one up. That's unfortunate. January 11th, 96. Scott is gone and Trisha is dead. How did this happen? We held Trisha's funeral last week. There could have been more people. There should have been more. The village will be barren in a few months to a year. My generation is just moving out, and the old generation is simply dying out. I'll also be leaving here soon once my mother passes on. Once I can't take of her any longer. The night Vivian died, I saw Scott meeting her. I was at a distance from where they were arguing. I couldn't hear the details. This is the witness. Couldn't hear the details. When Scott left and went back to his cabin, I followed him. I watched him through the window till early morning, all the time thinking how we've drifted so far. How could Trisha choose him over me? Am I not good enough for her? Is this Derek? Derek reported Scott is the killer out of jealousy, and then he was anonymous. Oh my gosh, the police questioned me when Scott was suspected of killing Vivian. I know he didn't do it, but I decided not to tell them what I knew. With Scott locked up, I could have a chance to be with Trisha. I didn't expect that this small omission on my part would eventually lead to Scott's death. When Scott died, Trisha ended her life in a way I too died that day. I never wished for Scott to die, nor Trisha. I hope they can forgive me, Derek Tyler. That's a crazy twist right there, and that we only would have found that if we dug up that capsule. Wow, that is so good. Dude, what's in here? Oh, is this Derek's time capsule? Derek, Scott, and Trisha. 1987. Best friends forever. Yeah, Scott mentioned that Derek could draw really well, and he was right. Trisha, congrats. I'll always love you, from Mom. Why does Derek have this? The Bishop. 9. Secret of Painscreek. Hidden room in study room. I think we found that, didn't we? Hospital. Future Detective Scott. Oh, this is from Scott when he was younger. Underground secret passage. Sewer entrance. Secret room above Father's room. I think we found this one as well. But it still bugs me that we don't have all the pieces yet. It bugs me that I can't get in here, but there's an unlock option. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. The Painscreek Killings. I mean, what a game. I am so satisfied. Real quick, before we end here, I want to show you the notes that we compiled here. So we've got quite a few. And it paid off in the end. Paying attention to the details, paying attention to the character interactions and how people felt and the dates and all of that good stuff. It helped us actually find who the real killer was. Granted, we never found everything. I could make maybe like a small video essay dissecting this game because it's very compelling and I'm tempted to do that actually. Let me know if you want to see that. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I love and appreciate you all, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ta-ta for now.